We are back. Well, not football as such, the way we know it, but the players are back in pre-season as head coach Graham Potter did welcome his squad and staff back to Rush Green Training Ground for the start of pre-season. Day one is and has been locked in, and the start of Graham Potter's first full season in charge. Lots of smiles, as you would expect when players do return. Lots of players returning from their loan spells. We'll come into that in a second. Lots of players maybe you've forgotten about, really, over the summer and particularly last season, coming back. Players got married. Players went away and represented their countries. And, of course, we had some of the new staff returning from their summer holidays and now in post at West Ham. And I suppose there's a couple of points I want to talk to you about with regards to a bit of a Graham Potter interview, some of the things that Jarrod Bowen said, and maybe the way that we are going to be moving forwards. Now, I mentioned Jarrod Bowen and some of the players getting married. We know Bowen and Guilherme, they got hitched during pre-season as well, so they're married but they're back in the fold. You can see from some of the images here, players Souček, Irving, some of the loan players you'll see, Callum Marshall back, Freddie Potts, just to name a few, all involved. Aaron Wan-Bissaka turning up, James Ward-Prowse is there, Lucas Paquetá, Alphonse Areola, and the man he is shaking hands with is the forgotten Maxwell Cornet on top of that as well, and that's them going through their paces at West Ham's training ground. Now, 6 weeks of hard work is about to take place. 5 pre-season matches are to be played before the Premier League season kicks off against Sunderland on Saturday the 16th of August, and Graham Potter was speaking to WHUFC.com and relishing the opportunity to assess and add to the squad, put foundations in place and prepare for the challenges that lie ahead. So I want to kind of bring to you some of the interview essentially that he did speak about. So essentially the first part he did speak about was the return, and he said it's been great to see everyone back at Rush Green after the break. The players and staff have come back refreshed, energised and ready to work hard, and there's been a really good mood around the place. Now I fully expect to see that. I would expect that to happen, especially when players come back under a new system. Not necessarily a new system, but new from the starting point. This is not... Potter's not came in midway through the season. This is where he really gets to set up his foundations, and we've seen from the images and videos that have came out from the club that this is what these players are doing. He's then spoken about the hard work that they're about to entail. He said we've had a lot of hard work ahead of us in the coming weeks, but we're really looking forward to the challenge and really excited about the new season, which I can understand why some people may be concerned going into the new season. But 27 players did return to Rush Green on Monday. That included, are you ready for this, Somerville, a player that could go and be like a brand new signing for us this season. Returning loanees, Naif Agerd, obviously subject to much mainstream transfer speculation. Maxwell Cornet, Freddie Potts, George Earthy, Callum Marshall, Christian Heggie, football graduates Keelan Casey, Lewis Orford, Ollie Scarles are all now fully fledged members of the senior squad at the same time. So the only absentee that wasn't at the Rush Green was Edson Alvarez, because he did himself win the Gold Cup with Mexico at the weekend. But he did, Graham Potter went on to say, we had a full squad report back on Monday, which is a positive and means that we can get some really good work together from the word go, which is something I think we've actually struggled to do over the last few seasons, is bring everyone back in. 27 players returned to training for West Ham pre-season training, so that gives us a good chance to build some close unities within that squad, but assess what's needed and potentially move forward as well. Like I said to you, he mentioned loans. We've also had a few players come back into the group after being out on loan last season, plus some new faces on the staff, so it's been nice to welcome them and hear about their experiences and generally catch up with everyone as a group. But one particular point I want to talk to you about is this kind of statement here. He said the first day of pre-season training always brings a positive and positive feeling of enthusiasm and new beginnings. New beginnings is the key part here. A fresh start, which we all know it needs to be. A chance to work from a clean slate, which it really is, because it will be a chance now. Potter's seen enough of the players that played in the squad last year to make a determination and a decision whether or not they need to go out. We've already lost the players that were out of contract, Creswell, Ings, just to name a few, but we are now seeing where and what direction West Ham are going to move forward, and this is where I expect us to start pushing forward in the transfer market, seeing players come, seeing players go, and possibly see where players' heads are at moving forward. Obviously we've got the Kudus transfer saga going on, whether or not we actually need to sell or will he stay. The Paqueta situation will come to a head very shortly, and see the right standard from day one, and I think he's going to set the standards of his standards, what he's looking for. It's his chance to really cement his belief of what the West Ham way should look like, and I think that is only but going to stand us in good stead as well. So I think it's going to be a lot of hard work. We're going to see a lot of comings and a lot of goings, but it's good to see the majority of the squad back in place, ready to rock and roll, something that I think we've been missing. And it will be interesting to see what the starting process is on the back of these players coming back in and who is going to be here and stay as a West Ham player. They also interviewed Jarrod Bowen on the back of his return. They said, welcome back, how you feeling, fit and ready, rest to go? He said, yes, definitely ready to go. It's always nice to have a bit of time off and mentally switch off from football for a few weeks, to go see your family, see your friends, spend time with them. It's been a really good break for me. I've been able to see my family that I haven't seen for a while. It's just a very chilled, loved seeing loved ones. It's important to spend time with them and have that time away from football. He got married, as he mentioned. Now we're looking forward to what should be an exciting season. We've got an exciting couple of camps coming up in Germany and the United States, which will be really exciting for us, and we want to try and build as much as possible in the time we have now before the season, and both in and on the work on the pitch and off the pitch. We have to be ready, we have to be listening and be willing to work every day now until the season starts. West Ham themselves said it's a fresh start for everyone in the full pre-season under the head coach. We can really sense that the rush green and the vibe around Rush Green and around the club, and it's nice to look at the future with a lot of positives. And he said when you come back in, you have to have the excitement of seeing people that you've not seen in a few weeks. I think it's just a sense of enjoyment from everyone. We've got players back that have been out on loan, and some of the academy players that were out on loan have been integrated with the squad today, and so it's nice to see them as well. It's an opportunity for them to impress the head coach. Potter has got a full pre-season now where everyone's going to be involved, so it's an exciting time to have pre-season with this manager, and we can see what we can do. Everyone has come back hungry and ready to put in work from day one up until the season starts, and that's the key point. I'm picking up here from what Jarrod Bowen is saying. We've got everyone back, something we've not had for such a long time. Due to competitions, injuries, you name it, we're nearly at full capacity from day dot, and we get a real chance to build over the next 6 weeks. And that does include players that we're hearing rumours about. Naif Gerd, potentially heading out the door, but he's there in the squad, in the setup, and it'll be interesting to see what we actually do to develop and see if there's any way we can persuade, or will we need to persuade, or are they gone, are they sufficient enough for the squad. He spoke about what they got up to, which was different tests from the medical team, and we were in the gym as well. We were also outside for a little bit to see where we're at after our summer breaks. We know it's always difficult in pre-season. We're always looking forward to getting in touch with the balls as quickly as possible and getting that coordination back, because you have 4 or 5 weeks off and not training every day, but soon you can lose a bit of coordination. So it was a good day as well. He said he thinks the main thing from pre-season is just staying fit. I put the work in during the off-season, so I feel good after the first day. I think for me it's just about staying fit, staying healthy and keeping working hard every single day. That's always been my mindset right from the start, putting the work in and off the season, so you're not playing catch up when you're here. They want to be in a good spot come the game against Sunderland in 6 weeks' time. So they also spoke to him about what his return was of investment in terms of the amount of goals that he has scored last season, and what does he want to do, and is he striving for more for the season? Of course he is. He said, I think goals always come with with the way I play football. I think I've done that since I've certainly been here, trying to have a better season as a team more than anything else as well, which we all know and we're desperate for. And I do think the pre-season, seeing everyone come back from day one, is where we should really focus. And maybe it's a chance not just for West Ham and the squad and the team and the manager and the coaches and the owners and everyone to set a clean slate, but I think there needs to be a clean slate set, not in terms of the owners, we don't have to worry about them, but in terms of the current setup, the current squad, the current team, the current coaching setup. This is day one or day two or day three when you're watching this video, depending on when you're watching this. But we've got a lot of young players being involved with the youth setup as well. So yes, listen, it is what it is. I'm excited to see movement in the transfer window. I'm excited to see the players that don't want to be at West Ham leave. I'm excited to see the players that want to come to West Ham stay. I'm excited to see the younger players step up to the equation. I'm excited to see Freddie Potts, Ollie Scarles, you name it, see how they can really develop themselves in this team. So the questions I've got for you are, from the squad that have returned, who do you expect to leave? That's the first question. The second question is, who do you want to leave? Third question is, who do you want West Ham from the youth position to really push on this season? For me, I'm excited about Freddie Potts. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. Come on, you Irons.